Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black here at CPU Group with the Strat Time Report, and we're starting off a new week, the second week of the month. So we want to see if there's any prevailing themes that follow through, right? What we do know, the futures are just grind, right? So if you go to the SPY here, you're going to see this day, barely any range, and if you go to the 60, you're going to see this. Here, 2 hours inside of the opening outside hour, and you can see how choppy it was on Friday here. So it's kind of stuck in here doing nothing. And so we're really, when you see stuff like this, that's telling us we're probably going to be going watching the sectors and certain specific stocks. If you go to QQQ, Q's now inside on the 60-minute, still an inside doji day to start the week. So no pick here, and you got a lot of big cap tech that's just kind of dead, like Amazon. Here's it's doing nothing, doing nothing. You got Google, just doing nothing. So you got a lot of that kind of not usual suspects over there. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, here, once again, doji, grind, tries to take it down. 3 hours now inside of this range. So small cappers. Small cappers just stuck, like I said, most likely inside month. Doji on the month doing nothing. So that tells us we got to go down the food chain, look at all the different sectors and certainly stocks that are standing out. And one that's really standing out right now is Moderna. Get boy, and this is something we look for on the daily, right? The poke up, the poke down, the hammer counter shooter, boom. These two become an outside bar of that over 444, and if you're lucky, keeps going. And it did. So Moderna really screaming here. So it's a little bit tough. Got to wait for it to stall out a little bit here. And there it was, your inside 30 right there. Boom, and off she goes. Moderna, and that's also got NVAX. And NVAX, after the debacle on Friday, the 2-2 reversal to start off the new week. 2 down by taking out the previous low. 2 up, boom. NVAX here, good over 202.77. Trading 212.30. 43, so not bad. We'll see if that sets up again. There was your inside 30 there for NVAX. If we go to financials, and I talked about this in the weekend video. Like, this is what we look for in the monthly, which is good because this means we can follow this all month. You got the outside month, poke down, the 3-2-2, looking for these 2 months to become an outside bar of that. So far, so good. Gap on Friday, and now continuation. If you go to the XLF, here you see the similar outside month, poke down, boom. So we just go around there. JP Morgan looking to take this out right here. 159.16 would get this thing going on the month, right? So it's getting a little closer. So that's the number we're looking for there. If we go to Citicorp, here Citicorp outside month, poke down, boom, good over 71.21. This is in the weekend video as well. You go to Wells Fargo, inside month to the upside, and you can see this old broadening formation here it's coming up on. So real nice stuff so far on the financials. Now inside on the 30 here, as you can see, as well as Fargo. If we go to Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs coming up here, just exhaustion risk, which you can see taking this inside 348.12. Yep, inside month to the upside, still good, and that tells you Morgan Stanley. Right, so you can keep an eye on all these financials. So far, so good. With Moderna and NVAX, you have BNTX. And BNTX had that big push, the inside day, the poke down, RevStrat day today. Boom. Where do the stops go? Above here, here, and here. Boom. Take them all out in one shot. Real nice there. And here you got your inside 30 right there, up sideways measured move, real nice. This is also a sideways 60. You see these two 30s? They're inside of here, but on a 60-minute chart, that's not going to show up as an inside 60, right? But it is because it's a 60-minute time period, right? So you can take that when it takes out this high, and then you can take that 30. So still going. If we go to Plug, you got Plug coming up here trying to take this out after Friday's gap and crap them. Now right back in their face. And see if we can get outside of this week. It tells you fuel cell here, having a nice 2 down, 2 up week over here. And we'll see. So far, so good. There was your 30 on that one. We'll see if that sets up again, too. Tesla's got upgraded Tesla just kind of sitting here now, but we'll see if we get Tesla out of that week, try and come back up here, because here on Friday we went inside day to the downside. So this is RevStrat here. If you can reclaim this 716.33, just kind of sitting there for now though, because we had Bitcoin rallying and that got a bunch of these guys going, but they're just kind of stalling out here. You can see Mr. stalling out. Riot Blockchain here a little better, and remember on Riot we're looking this here, the monthly, the inside, the poke down, the RevStrat month over 37.65. You're there right now, so you can keep an eye on that for signals for the rest of the month, because you got Mara here also trying to do that, the RevStrat month, and kicking it in, but you can see a lot of these things just stalling out since the open. If we go to CRTX, nice little inside day for you. Boom. All right. And now you got your corrective activity. There was your 2-2 reversal on the 30. So you can see if we can either go inside on the 30, or if you can go 2 up, 2 down, and take this out in the next half an hour, 85, 87, if they want to heat this thing back up. If we go to Futu, and Futu just having a nice little day coming off of these days, still stuck in here, still inside week, and handily going to be an inside month, but just having a nice little day here to keep an eye on. So get some more steam if we can take out the inside week. It's up at 116.80. Believe it or not, for them apes, Palantir finally waking up a little bit, and you can see this thing has just been drying up into nothing. Handily inside month, but having a nice day here so far, and just walking it up. Here's your inside 30, and we'll see if that sets up again as well. We have Sanderson getting taken out, and so the Sympathy Chickens, PPC, now stalling out a bit, but having a nice little move. We'll see if we can take that week out. If it does, then you can potentially take this monthly hammer out here above 22.73. You're just about there. If you go to Tyson, here, takes the 2-2 month here. All right, so that's a little better, and we'll see if that sets up. There was your inside 30. Let's see if we can get another one out of that. Moderna still going. Still going, Moderna. So it's still good over there. We also saw some strength in the IBB. And the IBB have a nice little day, and there's what you look for here. The 2 up, the 2 down, boom. These two become an outside bar of all that, right? And goes into the highs on the Momo Hammer Monther. And we got like ALNY over there. ALNY stalls out a little bit, but we knew this has been strong, having a nice beginning of the month anyway, so we'll see how that goes. If we go to W, and W, inside day to the upside, still in the mother bar, which is the bar previous to an inside bar, but it's still there and still going to the highs of the day, around the highs of the day. These broader averages really drying up into nothing, so just be aware of that. So you're not getting any help over there. RNG, and RNG, and to start off the new week, stops them out by taking out the lows on Friday. All right. And then you come back in and you got the 2 down, 2 up reversal. These two become an outside bar of that. And you're back into an outside bar. That's good because that's a broadening formation. So we can look and see if this sets up to continue up through there. If we go to CRNC, and CRNC, 2 up by taking out previous high, then 2 down, and then bam, right back in their face. So having a nice little day here, and we'll see if that sets up again. How's that 60 looking? Inside 60 to the upside, directional, above 117.49. You're there right now for the next hour. And the good part was, even though this was a 2 up on the 60 by taking out the high, it was red, which means you had corrective activity, right? And that's why you can watch, when I say mind the flip, the new 60, right here. Boom. Off she goes now inside 60. We'll see if there's more to it. If we go to Carve, and Carve, just taking out that here, and then just two down, 2 up on the weaker, and just you can see this big. Whenever you see these nice long green bars, now stalling out. That's just what we look for. We want things that are on the move. If we go to AVIR. And AVIR here had a nice day on Friday, now following through. inside month to the upside, right? It's used to be somebody, right? That's what we look for. These things that big falls from grace, but if they start to turn things around, it's a long way to go up there. So right now you're inside on the 60, and we'll see if we can break that. If we go to a couple more of the memers, Clav and Clav, trying to come out of all this stuff, trying to take out the weak. It's all the Reddit apes. So you can see here now in the 60, you got the 2 up, the 2 down. So that sets up potential for the next hour, the highs of this hour. How'd that 30 look? Or you can watch this. You see they stopped these guys out. All these guys are gone. Now you can see if this sets up 30 hammer at the top of the hour. If we go to GameStonk, and GameStonk, just a nice little inside day to the upside. Now stalls in the mother bar. That's an issue here. It's stalled out in here, but inside, so we'll see if that starts running up through here. You can try to look for something up in there maybe. What we did have on the downside to start off the day, they tried to hit the crude, but crude fights back a little bit, but big gap down for the crude, and that always alerts at XLE and all that kind of stuff. They're just not doing much now that they're coming back. Also, we notice that they're, to start the week, dumping some Utes. 2-2 reversal on the XLU. Not the end of the world, but to take note, we're always looking for what's going on, right? They also tried to hit some pandemic stocks early, but like the airlines, and they're coming back though, and Wynn came back. So they were a little spooked over there, but then they came right back. But the restaurants, like DRI, having some issues hanging near the lows here, and you have Brinker, EAT. And you can see that inside day to the downside. Then it stalls out. It goes inside on the 60, inside. And this is when I talk about exhaustion risk. So when we took this inside day down, we wanted to stop out these guys, and these guys. And it did it, right? Boom, they're all gone in one shot. And then the question is whether the sellers move down after that. So that's what we'll be looking for on these inside 60s. Do the sellers move down? If we go to gold, and gold, having a real rough one here. Inside month to the downside. That broke last week off this gap. So gold, and that tells you can keep a look at GDX and all the usual suspects over there. If we go to APD, APD just got clobbered right out the chute. Now it looks, tried to set up the rev strat, but it looks like it breaks back up. So in the next hour, though, if you can take this out again, 273.14, that would get my attention as rev strat 1, 2 to downside. MA and Visa going the other way with the financials, and remember they had a tough one. Oops, come on. MA. And remember they had a tough over here last week and then recover a bit, but now 2 up, 2 down on the day to start the new week. So that gets my attention, as well as Visa. 2 up, 2 down, 2-2 reversal on the daily, with the other financials being strong. Moderna and NVAX going to the highs as I speak, and with that IBB being strong, we have notable weakness here. You can see this inside 60 to the upside in IBB. Notable still weakness in Amgen. Here, going inside day to the downside, reconfirming that shooter, counters, hammer, month are down. So Amgen going the other way, with the other one staying strong, and a big disaster was AXSM. And this thing is still bleeding out from the morning, so some trouble over there. So once again, these broader averages, bit quiet here as we get stuck in the opening range. That's got to change. So BNTX going to the highs as I speak. So good thing about a sideways doing nothing futures is that some of these things stand out like a sore thumb of where you want to be. It's just a matter of knowing how to get in. Maybe a Palantir 15er here. Inside and up off the 15 right now. You see that? So knowing how to get in on these things is really important, because when the broader averages dry up, we just got to go where the long red and green bars are. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel. Smith in the Black here at CP Group with the Strat Time Report.